Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today I'd like to share with you some of my personal favorite safety tips with the rotary cutter. It is a very sharp tool. It is probably our favorite tool, but there are some safety things that we need to consider. One of the safety things that we do need to consider is how sharp the blade is. Now, we will be using this for a long time, and over the time that we use it, the blade gets dull. But it's not like we really notice it unless it has a little nick in it. But the duller blades are not safe. The reason is we're forcing. If the blade is not sharp, it's sort of like using a butter knife when we should be using a steak knife for our steak. We're having to push harder, we're having to work harder. And that pushing harder is causing accidents. That pushing hard can jump the ruler, which we know what can happen when we jump a ruler. Not only do we ruin the ruler, but we can get something that we don't necessarily want, and it is hurt. The other thing that happens when the blade is not sharp, with us pushing so hard, it's putting gouges into our mat. Now, the mats are designed so that they're self-healing, but they can't heal if we gouge them. If we push so hard, we're really indenting those mats. Unless they're nicked, we don't really notice that they're not sharp. So it's something that we have to keep in mind that we do need to change regularly. And once you change it, you will notice a big difference. And changing your blade can be very easy. So let me share with you how I like to change my blades and some of the tips to make it easy and get them back in correctly. There are many different styles of rotary cutters, and each one will have a different way of changing the blade. But if you don't know how to change your blade, there is a step that we can take without looking at any of the directions. And that's just laying them out in the order that we take them off. So as we're taking it apart, we're just going to leave those pieces in line. My first one is this top screw that needs to be undone. So I'm going to put it down. It's first. This pops off. I would recommend making a note on your cutter. This is the cutter I do travel with, so I have my name there so I can identify it. So the X is where my blade is going to go. This is a Quilter Select, and it is a very easy one to change. There's a little lever here that pops down. I'm going to be able to take that blade, and it has a little bit of a magnet. So I'm going to be able to put that down. You're going to find that the rotary cutters can do with some cleaning. And this is a great time to give them a clean. Go in, get out all of that lint, and we can give the handles a good wash down. And you'll be surprised how much dirt you can get from these. Now that I have them apart, I need to add my new blades. And I like to keep them in a candy tin. This is just a nice big candy tin, but you could get a wooden box, anything that the blades are not going to cut into. I have my new blades and all of my old blades in there. I also have some little sheets of plastic, and I have quite a few in there. This is just a covering of something that I bought. It has a nice sharp edge and it's strong, so I like to use these. This little sheet of plastic I just cut off of a package of anything that I got in the mail. Another thing is a magnet. That's why another tin works great, because a magnet will stick right on there. When we are buying our blades, it is really economical if we can buy them in a pack. So in this case, I have 10 blades from the Fabric Hut. So when I open it up, I have all of my brand new blades in there. You will find that they will be oiled, and that just keeps them nice and rust-free until we get to use them. But the problem is there's 10 here. So how are we going to take just one out? But we don't want to put anything sharp in, especially our finger, to separate that one blade from the 10. And that's where this little piece of plastic comes in handy. It is thin, it is strong, and I can get it to go underneath and between those two blades. And you can, at this point, use that magnet. So for this particular one, I'm going to be able to take that magnet and just slide it until it gets right to that hole. And I know what side to put it on because I have marked it. So I really haven't touched that blade at all. And do it back up. I have my next blade, and in this case, this one already has a magnet. So it's going to stick on for me. Load it, lock it, it's ready to go. I can clean off a little bit of that oil if I want. Now I have my blades safely into my cutters. Take that magnet and pick up those old blades, and I put them right in that tin. My little plastic pieces can go inside. Put your good blades inside and you're ready to go. These rotary blades from the Fabric Hut are very sharp, but it's nice having a package of 10 so that we're always able to change them. If you're buying one blade at a time, you're going to be able to take that blade and put it right back in the container. But when you buy multiples like this is definitely a way to store them, keep them, and keep them safe. I'll put some links in the description to these blades that I have been using. And as always, thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day.